Welcome, my fellow Doombots. Today we are looking at the top 10 movie villains of 2024. We are going to decide who really is the most evil, deceitful, and despicable of them all. But before we get into it, please drop a like and subscribe. Failure to comply will mean your doom. Number 10. Vantra, the wild robot. The virtual, observational, neutralizing, troublesome, retrieval authority, abbreviated to Vantra, is the main antagonist for the DreamWorks movie The Wild Robot, that is tasked with retrieving Rosm from the wilderness. Her seemingly upbeat demeanor, followed by ice-cold and calculated decision-making, makes the robot stand out.
It is imperative you return to this ship.
This robot really reminds me of GLaDOS from the Portal games. So yeah, it would be really sick if we would get a Portal movie going.
Just go.
Number 9. Megatron, Transformers 1. D16, aka Megatron, starts out as Optimus Prime's friend at the beginning of the movie. But the corruption shown by his superior Transformers makes his heart corrode. By the end of the film, Megatron goes full Scar on Optimus Prime by dropping the Autobot off a cliff after shooting his former friend in half. Breaking my tiny robot heart. Why, Megatron? Why? Number 8. Baby Xenomorph, Alien Romulus. After our main characters escape the Xenomorph-infested space station, it turns out that the pregnant woman on board has been infected by a Xenomorph, and her baby has transformed into an abomination. Half human, half Xenomorph. After melting through the floor, this baby grows from 0 to 100 real quick, and it turns into this gigantic long neck, Nosferatu, Voldemort-looking motherfucker, and it's straight up terrifying and evil. The first thing it does terrifies his mother and ends her life by sucking all of her blood out of her body. Gosh damn it, this monster was just terrifying. Like, ugh. Sorry for that jump scare, by the way. Number 7. Cassandra Nova, Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay, so we all know that the Deadpool movies don't have the best villains. Ajax in the first movie was just a Jason Statham lookalike douchebag, and the fat kid from the second movie was not really a villain. But in Deadpool and Wolverine, I actually really enjoyed Cassandra Nova. Not just because I have a thing for bald chicks, she actually was a real universal threat on skinny Johnny Storm, cause Johnny sucks. I just loved how straight up evil she was. It was just really gross when she was fingering people's brains. That was just straight up gnarly.
Oh. What's this?
Number 6. Wow Platinum and Mistress Death from Megalopolis and Agatha All Along. Speaking of baddies in superhero projects, Aubrey Plaza might be the baddest of them all this year. In Agatha All Along, she stole the show as Mistress Death, but her performance in Megalopolis was even better in my opinion. She plays Wow Platinum, a power-hungry woman who is so in love with Adam Driver's character in the movie. She marries his uncle, who is a millionaire and is the one funding all of his science experiments, just so she can ruin Adam Driver's character financially and destroy him. If she can't have him, no one can.
These diamonds mean nothing to me. Take me.
So go back to the club.
Number 5. Mr. Reed, Heretic. 2 young women, Mormon missionaries, knock on a door to convert a seemingly senile old man. It's pouring rain outside, so they get invited in. They tell Mr. Reed they cannot enter without a woman present. His response, "No problem, my wife is baking a pie in the other room." They enter only to be locked in. What follows is some of the most disturbing mind games. Mr. Reed is continuously challenging their faith, beliefs, and perception of reality. With his genius-level intellect and psychological manipulation, Mr. Reed is a real danger to all Mormon missionaries out there.
Order! Excuse me. Never mind.
He's basically like if Saw was trying to make you agnostic. Number 4. Count Orlock, Nosferatu. This movie monster might be the horniest we've seen on the silver screen in 2024. Count Orlock takes a page out of the less is more book for this movie monster film, hunting his beloved Ellen in her dream, stalking her in the shadows. He is constantly hidden and obscured, so Count Orlock leaves so much to the viewer's imagination for the biggest portion of this movie. But when the Count attacks, his animalistic, ferocious nature is terrifying, ripping his victims apart, limb from limb, and drinking their blood till nothing remains but a lifeless corpse. Number 3. Faith Rafa, Dune Part 2. This sperm cell looking dude is the nephew of Baron Harkonnen. He is a psychopathic cannibal who enjoys nothing more than to kill and torture innocents. In his introduction, he has a sick looking gladiator fight where he straight up murks some dudes. Afterwards, his uncle the Baron tasks him with destroying what is left of the Fremen, and he does so in the most brutal of ways, burning people alive and raining with fire upon them. He is so evil to everyone around him, including his family. He even makes his older brother, Rabban, kiss his feet for not being able to destroy the Muad'Dib. The final fight between Faith Rafa and Paul Atreides, it has to be one of the best fight scenes of 2024. Number 2. The Mantis, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. The Mantis must be the most despicable person on this list. Like, he does Furiosa so dirty in this film. Imagine, you are a child and you get kidnapped from your loving family by a biker gang. Your mom tries to rescue you, but in her attempt to save you, she is captured and burned alive. The leader of the gang, the Mantis, forces you to watch her burn to a crisp because you are unwilling to tell him where the rest of your friends and family live. For years and years, you are his prisoner until you get traded by him to a warlord. You grow up and rise through the ranks of the warlord's troops and fall in love with one of your peers. You then get ambushed again by the Mantis and his gang. In the process, they break your arm. He locks your broken arm to a truck and forces you to watch how the person that you love gets dragged behind a motorcycle to death while being hounded by bloodthirsty dogs. And this goes on for hours, by the way. The only way Furiosa manages to escape is by ripping off her freaking arm and escaping one-handed. And the Mantis does all of this stuff while cracking jokes and laughing in Furiosa's face. This is only a small summary of all the sick, twisted stuff the Mantis has done to Furiosa. Just makes me sick to my stomach. Chris Hemsworth really gave an all-time great performance in this Mad Max movie. It's really sad nobody went to see this one in the theater.
You behave, I'll behave.
Now we're at honorable mentions. Detective Alice from Kneecap, just a really corrupt cop. Then we got Longlegs from Longlegs. Had to give the GOAT Nicolas Cage a shout out. My boy is going full Michael Jackson in this movie.
You can even call him Mr. Downstairs.
Hail Satan.
Also, Anxiety from Inside Out 2, and Proximus Caesar from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, because he has one of the best villain catchphrases of 2024.
What a wonderful day.
Well, Doombots, we finally made it to number 1. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and join your fellow Doombots. But without further ado, the number 1 of movie villains of 2024 is Dr. Ivo and Gerald Robotnik from Sonic 3. Jim Carrey just steals the show in every single movie he's in, and that counts twice in Sonic 3 by playing two freaking evil Robotniks in one movie.
In the saggy flesh.
Dr. Robotnik and grandfather Gerald Robotnik are by far the best parts of Sonic 3. And that is saying a lot because it's the best video game movie ever made. We have had 3 movies to develop Ivo Robotnik from this.
Are you in charge here?
Yes, I am.
Wrong.
To this.
We have visitors.
And let me tell you, the payoff was worth the wait. Dr. Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik teaming up together with Shadow the Hedgehog to defeat Sonic and his friends with one goal: activating a doomsday device to make humanity pay for the suffering they have caused the Robotnik family. Mainly Gerald's daughter, who got killed by the United States Army or some organization. Remind me in the comments, please. Gerald got locked up for his experiments for 50 years after he saw his daughter die. The only way Gerald got out was by creating plans for some kind of doomsday Death Star device, which when he gets out, he hijacks, of course. Gerald Robotnik's plan, using the Death Star to basically blow up Earth and ending everybody's life, including his own. Because the blast from the Death Laser will be so strong, it will also blow up the device itself. When Dr. Robotnik finds out what his grandfather is planning, he tries to stop him, and in the end, he redeems himself by sacrificing his life for humanity's. Personally, I love a good villain redemption story.
I'll miss your lattes with steamed Austrian goat milk. I love the way you make them.
So for that, Jim Carrey wins Best Villain of 2024 for his portrayal of Ivo and Gerald Robotnik.
It's been a real drag. Thanks for nothing.
Let me know what your top 10 favorite villains are in the comments down below. I would love to read them. Who did I forget? I am interested to know that. Doombot out and have yourself a happy doomsday.